Hi, this is Tim Bost with FinancialCyclesWeekly.com, and we do, in fact, have Mercury Retrograde right now. This happens with some frequency. We get Mercury Retrograde about 3 times a year for 3 weeks each time, and of course we know that when Mercury is retrograde, all kinds of things can happen to create extra stress and confusion in our lives in all kinds of departments. But the beginning and the end of any Mercury retrograde period is often one of the most dangerous times. We need to pay particular attention to the start and the finish of any time that Mercury is retrograde. These are what we call the Mercury Stations. From our point of view here on Earth, it looks like Mercury is standing still in the sky for a day or two, and around the time of these Mercury Stations, we get some extra stress. The Mercury Stations are even more treacherous when they happen at power points in the zodiac. Now, there are certain places in the zodiac that are extremely sensitive. When we get a Mercury station at one of those, then we want to pay attention. That's coming up very, very soon here on October 9th, 2015. There will be a Mercury station at 0 degrees in the sign of Libra. This is a zodiac point that can actually shake world events. It's what we call one of the world points in the zodiac. It's extremely, extremely powerful. Now, what we have to understand here is that during the last 115 years, there's only been one previous time when there was a Mercury station that occurred at this point in the zodiac at 0 degrees of Libra. That was on September 2nd, 1983. Now, that date may not pop out in your memory right away, but it was a very, very significant time. All we have to do is go back and pull out the newspaper from that day, and we can see what took place on September 2nd in the year 1983. This was when a Soviet fighter shot down Korean Airlines Flight 007 with a U.S. congressman on board, killed a number of Americans. 269 people in all died that day. It was a major escalation of Cold War tensions, truly a significant time in world history. This happened exactly when Mercury was making a station at 0 degrees of Libra, the only previous time this has happened since the year 1900. So we need to pay attention when Mercury is stationary, especially when it hits one of these power points in the zodiac. Even the end of Mercury retrograde can be a very, very dangerous time. This is Tim Bost with FinancialCyclesWeekly.com. Thanks so much for watching.